Yup. What going on? It's Arlene, firstborn son in your face again. It's Ja, Same Difference Podcast. They're back again with another one. We have an impromptu podcast tonight because there's something that been brewing. Facebook, VI Facebook always gets something. VI Facebook tends to have some new topic every week. And to keep up with it, you got to do things impromptu like this. Yeah. So we got the man behind a viral post in VI Facebook. He's waiting patiently behind the scenes to come and talk to you. We're going to go ahead and ask him some questions regarding it. Looking to see basically why, what were you thinking, and stuff like that there. And of course, the chat is always live. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, my co-host is taking some much needed R&R, but we will be back tomorrow on 101.3 Raw FM for their different day with John Nisi show. But tonight is all about Chris Sealey and this viral post, and we're gonna get to know him a little bit after these messages. All right, Chris, okay now. Hey, thanks for coming on the show, man. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course. First, we just want to do a little introduction, get to know the man a little bit. So, for those who may not know you, you're kind of a local celebrity in your own right. Can you tell the people who you are?
Yeah, my name is Chris. Chris Sealey. Some may know me as Breeze, some may know me as Breezy. Some may just know me as Chris from the island of St. Croix. Big up to the Virgin Islands one time for the one time, United States Virgin Islands. Yeah, pretty much it. Hey, from With the Green podcast for sure.
There we go.
WTG. If I ever got a chance to, if you like podcasts, if you listen to this podcast, you obviously like podcasts, and if you want to listen to more podcasts, we have one. I have one, so check it out With the Green. You know what I mean?
Check out With the Green. They're doing big things, and they're highlighting VI people. It's all VI cast. It's a whole VI cast. And we try not to fit into those stereotypes of being them red pill dudes who just telling you about 50-50 dates and white women deserve less. We are not that.
No, we love woman.
Exactly. Woman, and more woman. But so you're with the Green. How many people make up With the Green podcast?
Well, we are a team, you know what I mean? We are a team. It's me, Reno, Mountain, Keela B, Cassandra. It's a team, you know what I mean? But the core, it started off with me and Reno, you know what I mean? And then we added on Freestand, one of the most controversial man on the Facebook, you know what I mean? Shout out to Freestand, and then my cousin came along too, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a team, you know what I mean? But the core, the originals, the OGs, me and Reno, you know what I mean?
And we had a Freestand on the radio show on a different day talking about Trump. And like Chris said, yes, he's very controversial. He's controversial in real life. He's controversial online. So that's who he is. And you might think, Ja, what are you doing talking to her? Listen, the name of the show is Seeing Difference in mind. You can see it right there, it's Seeing Difference. We honor different perspectives. If you don't understand the other side, how are you going to try to relate to them? And that's one of the reasons why we brought Chris on.
For sure.
Chris, you've been in some hot water this
Speaking of Freestyle, this man called me in the midst of all of that. He called me, he was like, hey, don't be apologizing. What's wrong with you, the man? You best stand up. That's 10 toes. I was like,
Uh,
I was like free. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you.
that sound like it.
This that wasn't to get out of this. but we here now. Here we are. You know what I'm saying? Here we are.
Exactly. Because the thing that we need to recognize is that it started a conversation. And these
Yeah.
conversations need to be had, though. It seems like we shy away from them in order to not hurt people's feelings.
Right.
And I
Right.
think that was the biggest issue is people's feelings. Because when I see, let me put it up. When I saw it myself, right? Me
Mm,
being a 9 to 5er, even though I'm gonna say I agree with this, even though I agree, I had to get out of my feelings because when I first seen it, I took a blow. You know what I'm saying? I took a blow to the chest, like, ah, damn, I'm a slave today. But I took myself out of it and I recognized the validity in the statement and I tried to understand where you were coming from with it.
yeah.
So I think a lot of people miss that other step of removing themselves from it. You know what I'm saying? Removing the feelings part.
Yeah.
So hold on. Why can't I find this shit? All right. So here it is. If you have to clock in, you're a slave. Shout out to all the people that are truly free. So I
Yeah.
gonna ask you since we got you here live, what the fuck were you thinking, bro?
Wow, thinking like when I was like when my fingers were
Yeah, you made that.
um see, I was chilling, right? And
Hmm.
I was just about to go to sleep, about to go to bed. You know, thinking in my head, I was like, man, I really gotta wake up 4 in the morning tomorrow, man. Like, I really wish I could have been doing something else. And I was just saying,
Hmm.
man, them people that could just wake up and just be like, hey, man, today I ain't doing nothing. I just gonna cool, just gonna, you know what I mean? Just have fun, not worrying about bills, none of them stuff. I like, man, shout out to them. Cause me myself, how I feeling, I feel like a slave. Like I don't have a choice. You know, type of way. It's like a lot of times people like they will say like, yeah, you do have a choice. You could call out, but I call out. No, I can't pay this bill. You know what I mean? I call out. You know what I mean? No, I can't like. I ain't have no money to go to the movies. I ain't got no money to buy clothes or
Hmm.
something I need. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like I is a slave to the dollar. So when I put out the up, my mindset was damn if I clocking in, like as a slave, you know what I mean? If you clocking in, you're a slave because you really don't have the freedom. You know what I mean? You're not financially free. And I know that ain't the first time you hear that. You know ain't the first time you hear financially free, right? You hear financially free before.
Of course. And I believe that most of us, if not all of us, that's what we want. Tell you the truth. We want financial freedom. We don't want to have debt. Like that's a goal. Being debt free is a goal. We want to be able to when we want to move, we could just move. We ain't gotta wait till payday.
Yeah.
And when we want to do something, we could just do it. We ain't gotta check the bank account. We could just swipe the card or pull out the cash. That's what financially free to me means.
Yeah.
So I guess I've thought about that several times, and I
And you
guess
gotta
that's
be
why I
free from
didn't get
something,
upset.
right? You gotta be free from
Free from
something.
correct.
So it's like
No,
that's really what again,
so this is what we're talking about. If you just joined the live, if you are listening to the sounds of our voices, go ahead and share the live, so people could join the conversation. If you have to clock in, you're a slave. Shout out to all the people that are truly free. But go ahead and say
Yeah,
what you were
man.
saying, sir.
Yeah, man. Even in that stat, I ain't even said shout out to myself. You know what I mean? Big up myself, man. I ain't got clock in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that was one of the biggest misconceptions of that stat. I feel like, I feel like people. I don't know if I just give off that energy. I feel like I better than people. You know what I mean? But like people read that in a tone. You know what I mean? That I was saying that I better than people. Like, I myself don't have to clock in, which is entirely false. You know what I'm saying? I had to clock in. I walk all day today. You know what I'm saying? In this, not in the snow, in the ice. You know what I mean? And yeah, here I am.
No, I saw that for myself, right? How You know, I noticed that people were correlating a lot of things that I don't think that you even meant, and I know you didn't say, because that was two lines, and this and what people got out of those two lines
Yeah,
was crazy to me. Like they
yeah,
called.
a lot.
I've heard you condescending. You think you're better than people. It ain't what he said.
Hmm.
Is how he said it. So he must not own a business because when you get a business, you slaving more time. I'm like, yo, that ain't what this man's saying to man. And tell you the truth, if I have a business, I'm working for me.
Yeah,
That's a big difference.
right. You still working on?
So of course, but I personally, ja, I
Yeah, job
personally would prefer to work for myself
for sure.
than know that my labor it's going up. You know what I'm saying? Like my labor is going towards somebody else who probably ain't even working as hard as me. Like you say you're
Probably
working
don't
all day in
even
the
know
snow
you.
and the ice. Exactly. Because I'm a
Mhm.
number. I'm just a
Exactly.
number.
Yeah. Mhm. You clock in,
What?
you know, an ID number to
Yeah.
show up on the screen, you know what I'm saying? Like saying
Mm-hmm.
yo, use a number, like, I mean, like you clock in, boop, you get your name and then you get your ID number right under it, you know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah, it's facts, use a number.
So what is truly free in your book?
Yeah, man. So what's truly free in my book is like I said, I want to first I want to start my statement by saying that like everything is perspective. You know what I mean? Like you could be because everybody have different circumstances, different living conditions, different environments, different communities. You know what I'm saying? And being that like everybody just so diverse, you really gotta stop and think of like, okay, if I raise in this community, right? Like we say, raising in the projects, in it in my brain or in that person brain that was raising in projects, being free is probably moving to a home. You know, that type of way. So everything is perspective. But what is being truly free to me? Just freeing myself from mental slavery, freeing myself from like just clocking in every single day. You know what I'm saying? That's what's truly free to me. I find enjoyment in being around my boys. You know what I mean? I find myself coming home from a long day at work and not giving them the attention they really and truly deserve. Cause they ain't do nothing, they ain't do nothing but just came into this world. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they belong to have attention, love, and guidance from their dad. And sometimes when I come home, I just super tired, and all I really want to do is just like go bed and just get ready for the next day. So in my brain, in my heart, I truly feel like I enslaved. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. And I feel like once I don't have to do that anymore and I could dedicate my time into like my brand, which is with the grain, and my kids, then I will feel like I truly free. You know what I mean? I'll walk toward that type of freedom. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So when you use the word slaves, right? This is something else that came up.
Hmm.
You're dishonoring the name or you're dishonoring our ancestors. Now,
Okay.
me, me, I actually did a lot of looking into because I myself got blasted a little bit because I went on the radio and
I sorry.
I
I
was
sorry.
telling
I sorry. That's I sorry.
no
Hey,
no
watch
no no
if
no
you
no.
standing next to me, you gonna pick up on some strays. You know what I'm saying? Because it
Listen,
got a lot coming this way. So I sorry, my bro.
nah,
I sorry, dog.
I am not new to taking shots. I am not new to it.
Okay, okay,
So you
okay.
didn't gotta apologize because it was
Yeah.
a choice
You
because
hold me
I
Teflon.
believe
You
in
hold me
this.
Teflon. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I've been there before.
For sure.
I've had, you know what I'm saying, I've been doing it a little bit longer than you, not much. And
For sure.
I already I kinda caught some of the shots off of stuff, but it washes away after time. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. And like when you were doing your podcast, I put in there that the love, the love to be fake, the hate to be real.
Yeah, I said that.
Because that love don't last.
Yeah.
Like they could love you and want your autograph. They could be shouting your name today, and then tomorrow, because of something that you said like that or did, now all of a sudden people that you thought knew you, all of a sudden now they're looking at you different because of something that one thing that you said. Me and you grew up together, but no, you looking at me different.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy you said that because like not too long ago, probably like a couple weeks ago, I think I made a post about it that I was saying that like, yo, you could disagree with somebody and I could still be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like we could have different mindsets. Everybody had the same brain, then we would just be like, just robots. But like you could literally disagree with somebody and I could still be cool. You know what I mean? And one thing that did stand out to me was when I was watching the comments and the loves and the
Mm-hmm.
shares, you know what I'm saying? I was a little confused by some. No, if I see somebody that I know I cool with getting flame up on the book,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna just pour on mate. Or like if I see somebody that I know getting stamp, I'm not gonna just pour on a boot and stamp with the other people that stamping and them, you feel me? I'll be like, I ain't agree with what this brother saying. I probably could just give a educated response or say something, around that ballpark. Because they had people that didn't agree with what I was saying. And they commented a nice lengthy description of how they felt, and it was very informative, very educational, and I appreciate those type of comments. I appreciate those type of shares because you actually want to have a discussion, you actually want to talk about it. You know what I mean? All the other stuff with people like degrading me and like calling me names, and you know what I mean, and exposing my background, and this man used to walk like him. Oh, I know I didn't want to know. Oh, I know I didn't want to keep that in the past. Oh, I know I didn't want. But nah, like you know what I mean. So all of those different things, it was just weird to me because like a lot of them seeing people is people that I supported. You know what I mean? Like some of them is business owners, and I was rocking with them and supporting them. Like when they brand just were kicking off, you know what I mean? I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, yeah, man, I'm gonna buy your hat, I'm gonna buy your hoodies and all of them stuff. Like, big up yourself, I myself I was on the radio for Vivid Streaming, and I had a couple of them people, like I look for them, you know what I mean? Like I
Mm-hmm.
literally went out and I looked for these people to give them an opportunity to get interviewed and all those different things. And I ain't saying stuff to throw it back in nobody's face. I just basically saying it because I just trying to explain to you where the hot coming from. You know what I mean? I try to explain to you where the confusion and me watching my phone sideways coming from. You check what I'm saying? A lot of times, like some people that share it or comment and stuff, I expect it from them. But it had people that said a couple of things that I didn't expect. And shout out to everybody that hit me up on the side to hold a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like they had a lot of people. I think Ja, like I wake up to a good bit of people messaging me, and we had like some conversations. You know what I mean? Like, so shout out to all those people. You know what I mean? I appreciate you deeply. You know what I
So I had actually reached out to you, right? After I got lambasted on the radio myself,
mean?
I reached out to you because like there
And we
was a
talk
consensus.
about that though. We talk about that.
There was a consensus that you did it out of it was rage bait. You know what I'm saying? And me, I'm like me and you don't know each other for real. Do we know each other like that?
Nah, nah, we
The
don't know each
first
other.
conversation me and you had was what 2 days ago, if
Yeah, I
that.
could check. I could check our friends' history. That freaking was set 4 hours. Yes, 4 hours ago, like for real. You know what I mean?
Like me and him, I didn't know the man. I just agree with the status, and I actually went. I'm looking at some of the reshares. I'm looking at some of the comments, and then I'm seeing you replying to some of them, and I'm like, this isn't how a person that meant for this to happen responds. You get what I'm saying? Like I know what rage bait looks like, and a person that like there's one in the Virgin Islands I could think of off the top of my head. They rage bait all the time. So you don't know if they mean what they're saying.
Right.
But I'm looking at your comments too, replying to people, and it's like you're remorseful. You know what I'm saying? You're listening to the feedback. And I'm like, that's not how somebody responds if they really just wanted to enrage Facebook. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hmm.
But people already kind of they already had an idea of who you are. Or he got a podcast. He just trying to get close, and they don't write you off.
Yeah. So um. So like, man, I try and say this in a way just in a way not to sound like a full of myself. I try and take the humble road, but
Mm,
honestly, really and truly, like that just never been my style. I don't say it like that. That never been my style to just do things for clicks and likes. That never been my style. Like I feel like is a beauty in gaining an organic following. You know, that type of way, like people are
facts,
rocking with you
facts,
for real, for real. Like I feel
facts.
like there's beauty in that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it when I hear that, I ain't gonna lie, it 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 is sent up an antenna. I ain't gonna lie. Because not a lot of things that bother me. I'd just be like, everybody have their own mind, everything is perspective, you know what I'm saying? But like I never been a clickbait type of dude. You know what I'm saying? Like and yeah, you could always grow more. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to tell people like no, I don't need it. Like I don't need to do that in order for me to get to where I want to be. But that's how I feel, you know. I have been told to do crazy stuff before. You know what I mean? I have been told like, yo, crazy, you should do something wild, like, you know what I mean? Like, and then you get hot, no all the eyes on you and blah 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 blah. And I did just decline. You know what I'm saying? Because like I had that era. You know what I mean? Like I always been into making content. Like I used the face behind the bad man camp. I don't know if you ever saw bad man camp, like that was me. So I been doing this from since before TikTok, like when it was
Mm-hmm.
Vine. You know what I mean? Like I have snap skits. I have all kind of different ways that I show my creativity. You know what I'm saying? And I put it out there. And if it get a good feedback, it does. I mean, if it get a good feedback, good. And if it don't, then it don't. But I don't. Nah, clickbait. That ain't never been my style. Never, never,
I
never,
feel
never.
you. Now, if you're just joining us, what we're referring to, if you just joined the live, Chris had posted this a couple days ago. If you have to clock in, you're a slave. Shout out to all the people that are truly free. And it led to a lot of conversations, some good, some bad, some positive, some negative. I am one of those that actually agree with this because I am working to get out of the rat race.
Yeah,
No,
man.
Ja, go
Continue.
ahead.
Sorry.
No, Ja, why do you call it the rat race? That's a real thing. It's a common term. The unpleasant life of people who have jobs that require them to work very hard in order to compete with others for money, power, status, etc. She is quitting the rat race to spend time with her family. That's an example, right? So people literally, there's a slang term that goes along with working. It's a rat race, and I want to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, most people actually do want to get out of it, which is why I don't understand why they got mad at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
One part that they got mad at, which I'm sure was the biggest reason, because within the black community, when we hear the word slaves, we think of our ancestors being enslaved.
Yeah.
Now, I went and I looked into some black history stuff, right? Now, as far as slavery, why do you think we relate so much to slavery when damn near every ancient civilization had slaves? Mesopotamia, Babylonian, Egyptian, African, Chinese. like all of these like Persians, they all had slaves. Why, when
Jewish.
you mention slaves, all of a sudden we just assume that you're talking about our ancestors and you're disrespecting them?
I don't know. I don't know. And the next thing to add to the thing that on the screen. Oh my bad, it gone.
Oh,
No,
no, no,
no,
my
no.
bad.
There you go.
Go ahead,
Do
go ahead.
you post for clout? A next thing too. Like I pour a whole next start after that. You know what I mean? After I hear that like people are saying that I rage bait or clickbait it,
Hmm.
just because you would do it don't mean I would. You know what I mean? Just because you
Mm.
like that ain't even coming, my man. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't even like it didn't even pop in my brain to do that. But like you draw that image on me so fast, you know what I'm saying? You saying that, yeah, I know for a fact he did this. And that just goes
Yeah.
to show how much people just really and truly don't know me. You know what I mean? They running with assumptions and propaganda. You know what I mean? Like, and they're so sure that they'll bet their life account. They'll bet their bank savings that this man do this heck for clickbait. I don't care what he say.
For a
I tell
man
you.
that they really don't know, most haven't talked to, why do you think that is?
Um, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, everything is really perspective. You know what I'm saying? Everything is really perspective. I don't know why people feel the way they feel about me. But I love all, you know what I mean? So everything is everything.
Mm. I was actually, I have been in the same position where, so like, I still respect the man, and I get why he gave me this advice, but he was like, Ja, why don't you, take clips of like the most, toxic, the most rage. Basically, why don't I take the clips of rage bait, post
Mhm.
it so I could grow my YouTube? And I was like, I know why you would say that, and I thought about it, but the fact that I have VI businesses, artists, like these people that I'm trying to highlight,
Mhm.
I think it's my responsibility that I show them in the best light possible. If I show people, especially VI people, the most negative aspects of an interview, they're gonna watch the clip, never watch the full interview, and then they're gonna write off that business. I think I don't want to be the reason that a business or a person loses customers.
Mhm. Yeah.
So so that clout thing, like I don't do that. You could like it, but I want you to like it for what it is. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Not because I posted this to get you mad and you went and you looked at it.
Right. No, that's facts. That's facts. Okay, shout
Yeah,
out to Frank.
Franco.
Big up yourself.
Franco says every creator has to go through VI Facebook rate. He would know because he was on there 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago they were going in on this model. So when it's,
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean,
yeah,
like
I good.
everybody got torn, man. You know what I mean? Everybody got torn. You know what I'm saying? You just got to wait for it, especially when you raising up in life. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
They call it the smear campaign. You know what I mean? You just got to prepare yourself mentally for it, and then push through it. You know what I mean?
So the next day, you said you posted the status right before you went to sleep. It was just on your mind, like, damn, I'm missing out on time with my children.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
our
I'm
next
saying?
thing.
Like I feel like
Also, like they have so much facts. You know what I mean? Like if we was to go to trial, right? And there was a judge and a jury, and I was a defendant, and there was a and you know I gained tried for sorry for that. I gained tried for
you do.
rage bait or clickbait or whatever the case may be,
Uh-huh.
right? They watch the time that I pull up this stat. Like I
Mm,
wasn't even up to be engaging with anyone. You know what I'm saying? She could watch the time that I pull up this stat, right? And then you could watch all my you could just be on you could just go on my page period, you know what I mean, and see like I just really to just be writing what's on my mind. And you could also watch like other platforms like I could cuss on this. Yeah, again,
mm,
I mess
you
with
good?
Facebook. I rock with Facebook. Facebook is one of the OGs, you know what I mean, in media. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, I really could care less on face about Facebook because you know, like you could go on with the green IG right now. You could go on it right now, and we've been getting love, clicks, likes, whatever you want
Yeah.
call it, before I even pop that stat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would I do that? You know, I type away like, why? You know, we
Yeah.
are already doing good. We are already making strides for ourselves for the podcast. Why would I put that specific stat up? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I really gave
To
me
piss
way too
people
much
off.
credit. Like, I'm moving like I was like a super marketing genius. I had to be in my head like, yo, I had to give this guy some thought. Like, yo, I had to get, yeah, this time I gonna pop this stat. So by tomorrow, I could do, and then we could go on live on Thursday. This live was, and then we could bring that to the courtroom as well. Like I could show you evidence with me and my team and with the green team discussing going live from 2 weeks ago. Like we are done talking about it, about going live on this day. Same way how you came on here and brought me on, and you're talking about what happened because it happened this week. We
Yeah.
decided to talk about it because I'm Chris, I'm on the podcast, and we to talk about our lives on the podcast. That's the
Yeah.
type of podcast we are. Be like, yo, Rain, I hear you catch a flat, man, and somebody stopped by, and what was your experience with that? So now is Rain turn to ask me like, yo, Chris, you pop a crazy stat. You want to talk about that? You want to
Mm-hmm.
clear that up? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like it's really like it's done there. You know what I mean? The fire done there. Might as well like make some s'mores out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's done there.
Exactly.
It's done there because I see when Range, I saw Rain or really pushing it. You know what I mean? He was like, "Yo,
Mm.
yeah, we on live tonight." You know what I'm saying? Like we on live tonight because I talked to him. I literally, and you could bring that to court as well. You could show the conversation when I went to my business partner and I asked him if we should protect the brand and should I take this down.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Because I
And he
did
said,
see where you were considering taking it down. I did
"Oh
see that.
I was like, yo, I was going out back and forth with somebody. I was like, yo, I about to take this shit down.
Yeah. I
I
see that.
literally
I see
typed
that.
this, like, yo, I about to take this down. Like this back and forth ain't even what my energy. Like that ain't even me. You know what I mean? I am not an argumentative person. You know what I'm saying? But if I do feel strongly about something, I gonna say how I feel. Now, if I ain't getting my point across and you still like, talking about something completely different, then I just know, like, maybe we should talk about this at another time. But he told me whatever you want to do, pimp. If you feel like, if that's how you feel, leave it up. So I been like, I'll just leave it up, whatever. And that was that.
I'm glad that you left it up. And I'm gonna say this to anybody, any content creator, right? If you have a post that goes viral, positive or negative, leave it up. Let them talk, let them bash, let them do all of that stuff because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your intentions. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like the court of public opinion has already decided. You know what I'm saying? So even though we're doing this and people watching, people listening,
Mhm.
the court of public opinion does not care, right? Most people go along with what's popular, what's trending, and they believe that. So you
Yeah,
might as well ride the wave and get a check from Facebook. You might as well.
it as well.
Because if anybody talks shit about seeing different job, whatever, I'm gonna share the post. And then I'm gonna make my own post about it. Cause apparently, like, listen, people do not care. That's why I said the love is fake and the hate is real. Because I just saw like people will ride a wave just because they like you.
Mhm.
You could say, listen, I see people write this pervy, creepy shit. And their followers are backing it, dog.
Yeah.
And they're mad because you use the word slaves. And let me know, did you mean literal slaves or you were using the word figuratively? Because I assumed you didn't mean you literally in chains Please let's hear
Hey
it from
man,
you.
yo, the fact that I have to explain this is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? But like, I ain't even.
It's
You see, shit like that is why people don't fucking like
it's
me. What is
dumb.
it, dog? But the fact that I have to explain this is crazy to me, bro. But you know, here we are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, I didn't mean it like literally enslaved. I didn't mean like your boss gonna pull out the whip. You know what I mean? None of that. None of that. It's just like it's just like I just see people all the time use that word though. I slaving in the kitchen,
Yeah.
slaving in this hot sun, I slaving in college, I slaving to turn this reporting. Hey, I'm sorry. Have I offended anybody?
You sound exhausted. You sound tired, my boy.
Yeah, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I was ready to move on from it. I mean, if anybody else want to talk about it, I don't to talk about it. You know what I mean?
But
Because
yeah, you seem exhausted.
at the end of
Thanks
the
again
day,
for coming up.
life is about learning, bro. Life is about learning, bro. So I gonna always like if somebody honestly and truly want to learn and talk about these type of stuff and have deep conversations, like I for sure don't. So like when you said that you wanted to do it, I was like, for sure. You know what I mean? Without a doubt, like let's do it. You know what I mean? And yeah.
Well, you say it's about learning, right? What did you learn from this experience? What is your takeaway from it?
Shit. I learned a lot. I learned a lot because I went and do research myself. You know what I mean? I was wondering how
True.
life would be if every single person was financially free. Because people did make some good points in the comments. They were like, so who gonna take out the trash and who gonna sweep the floors and all them different stuff. But like if everybody was financially free, what would end up happening is of course it will take some time to adjust, but like everything, humans are like the most adaptive species or organisms you want, whatever you want to call it, on earth. You know what I mean? Like we adapt to everything. You know what I mean? Like same thing. Like look how we like overcome a hurricane. You know what I mean? We gonna figure it out. Like the human brain is going to figure it out. You'll just be more like, just more self-reliant. You know what I mean? You gonna be able to you would have to take care of what's around you, and then if everybody take care of what's around them, then everything would work out. So I learned that because it did spark something in my brain. I was like, damn, who gonna whip up?
Who
Who
go
gonna
throw
whip?
the trash?
Yeah, I mean, who gonna make that double fish from McDonald's for real? Like, what frig I seen? Yeah, like I don't, you know what I mean, but like things gonna just be a whole lot different. You know what I mean? Like everything gonna be different. Everything gonna be different. I feel like it will be blessed, but sadly, we probably gonna never see that day. You know what I mean? But I encourage everybody to continue walking toward freedom. I also learned that a lot of people like that fuck with me, don't fuck with me. I also
Mm,
learned that people think people think that I made it in life. You know what I mean? Like I see so much
you don't
people,
walk no more. You just
yeah,
cool.
like this man used to walk like G, he going on like he better than people. Like, damn. I ain't the same boat as you, dog. If I scream your name low, if you turn around, you like, oh shit, this nigga on the deck too. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like I hear, you know what I mean? I hear we are, you know what I'm saying? So I learn a lot of people show their ass. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it's cool.
It's good to see who's for you and who isn't. That's what I learned from one of a couple experiences I've had. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in some shit myself. This social media thing is not easy, and there's people that said I'm a hype beast. There's people that like, what are you doing for the community? Just talking, all you doing is showing ass and this and that. But I don't want to go back and forth with you telling you what I've actually done. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like that takes away from what I've done. Because
Yeah.
the podcast is bigger than what you see on Facebook. I really believe in doing things outside of here. Like this is a means to an end. And I think that was part of what you were saying. You know what I'm saying? Like that,
That's what.
all of what I got from the stat, right, was that you're not financially free now. You want to be there, otherwise you're enslaved. I've seen people try to debate your status based off of nothing you said. They just debating, right?
Yeah,
Like one person saying, "Oh, you could be a slave to everything. You could be a slave to your devices. You could be a slave to this and that."
just facts.
So how is it he used the word figure? And I still waiting for this person to reply. How is it that you use the word figuratively? You use the word slaves figuratively, right?
Right.
How is it that you used it wrong in this term, but you could use it referring to drugs, alcohol, and liquor, and it's not degrading to our ancestors? What's the difference? If you're using the terms figuratively, what's the difference?
Yep.
I,
Yep.
I waiting for you, sir, if you're looking to reply to me,
Yep.
because that fuck don't make no sense.
Mm. And I want to tell you something, man. I want to give you some advice, because it's all about like loan. I know,
Of
I
course.
and stuff, but um, the next thing that I learned from this experience, right, and from I can't
Uh-huh.
take it to our next, right. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. No, man. No, sometimes you got.
That's real. That's real.
No, but
That's
sometimes
real.
no, because we in this world, right? We in this world,
Mm-hmm.
right? See, it's exactly like if you on the block or if you in the hood, you gotta stay protected. Like you ain't necessarily a killer, you ain't necessarily gonna boss your gun, right? But you still gotta have it on you, right? Just
Okay.
so you can stay protected. So here's where I gain that. You say you do a lot for the
Mm-hmm.
community, you see you do a lot for people, and you ain't do it for flowers. You do it for them out of your
Yes.
love. And I feel that on so much levels because, bro, real talk. Like that's me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't do stuff for people that they can't even afford to like have a Facebook to even shout me out or share shit.
Yeah.
But I know in my heart I help them. You know what I mean? So it's like Facebook, the internet is like a whole different community. But bro, I gonna tell you live that you don't got sometimes you have to show them that you're in a community. Sometimes you got like you know what I mean? Like, and I know you ain't doing it for that, but at the same time, it's like they gonna have so much people out there trying to throw dirt in your name, and like
Mm-hmm.
before you know it, dog, people judging you before they even meet you, dog. And I feel like that's
Facts.
the worst fuck. I feel like that's so unfair. I feel like that's so unfair, bro. It's like, how, dog? You ain't even give me an opportunity to show you who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't even give us an opportunity to develop some type of relationship. You just know that your cousin tell you something and you trust your cousin so
Mm.
much that no matter
Mm.
what they say is what you getting run with. Nah, man, you gotta give everybody a fair shot. You know what I mean? Because
That's
like I
real.
said, everything is perspective. You know what I mean? Like every single thing. So yeah, my boy. Sometimes you gotta show that man sometimes you gotta show that man you giving no textbook
Of
and
course. Of course.
thing. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like sometimes that's why I learned, you know what I mean, too. You know what I mean? I gonna continue doing the good, but like shit, I may post here and there, like I gonna make sure I what going on, you know what I mean, to show that I actually like, you know what I mean, using my platform for good or using my face for good or just being a good person in general. Because I like to think of myself as a good person and I have a good heart, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
That's what's up. No, that's great advice. I'm learning as I go and I'm navigating. You know what I'm saying? Like I have shown some things or some things have been shown. Like when we donated the filled the backpacks to the Proby Lawson class and reading to them and stuff like that there. But like people has contacted us. You know, I can't pay my rent. I don't want to be one of them. You get what I'm saying? Like we like people have contacted me like I lost my job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to be those like
No man, this
one
ain't
of
a
your words
goodwill
performative.
podcast, man. Ain't a Wahoo,
I
this
don't.
one ain't a goodwill podcast.
Nah, reach out. You check what I'm saying? Because if we can't do it, I would like to get you connected with someone that can. You get what I'm saying? Like, please do. I don't
Okay,
mind being the conduit. I just
okay.
ain't gonna show. I don't want to be one of those performative people that's like, oh, look what I did. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving this unhoused person a meal. Look. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that. And
Right.
there, I like do reach out, but like
Oh,
you were, I think you were alluding to, it gonna lead to people with their hands out. You know what I'm saying? And that's problematic too.
hey man, we could even compare that heck to Tim Duncan, bro. And it's
Oh,
like Tim Duncan, like really and truly, the man like the man to do a lot for the Virgin Islands, but he just
he
don't
does.
care. He
But he
don't
don't
care.
talk about it either. He don't
No,
talk about it either.
that's what I mean. Like he don't care about the flowers. He don't care about people saying thank you, Tim, or none of them other stuff. He don't. You know what I mean? Like today, somebody just sent me a video of a outdoor court on St. Croix, and I heck, I look so good. You know what I mean? If they only know it's Timmy that building all these courts around the community and them thing, but he don't do it for that. You know what I'm saying? He doing a lot for the community, and he been doing it since I been a youth all the way up. But it's just that he don't care to post it on his IG or post it on his. I
Yeah,
don't even think he got IG. You check what he's saying. So like that's a great example that we could use. Tim Duncan
facts,
from the Virgin Islands. You know what I'm saying?
facts. If he could point me in the right direction on how to do this correctly, because I tried to find the balance, and obviously we nowhere near
Bro,
Tim Duncan
bro,
money.
it is a
So
challenge.
help,
It's a challenge. It's a
help.
challenge, dog. It's hard for you to watch somebody say something untrue about you. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for you to watch somebody paint you out to be something that you're not, dog. It's hard, dog. Trust me. It's a daily struggle. You know what I'm saying? Well,
It's
however
part of it.
you move around it, bro. Everybody
So
different.
I yeah. So I ain't gonna. I've learned not to complain too, because then that's another thing they're gonna talk about you. You know what I'm saying? I just fuck them, fuck
Bro,
them.
you
They're gonna
can't win,
talk
dog.
regardless.
Can't win. Can't win. You
They're
can't
gonna
win.
talk regardless, and I can't say anything really because I chose this. I chose to have my face on camera and you know what I'm saying, put myself out there. So I gotta take away, come with it. So if you're a budding content creator, keep that in mind. If you choose to put yourself out there, you got to take what come with it, you know.
Oh, for sure. For sure. For
Now
sure.
about back to the
That's what Reno
slave
tell
thing, huh?
I said that's what Reno told me. He was like, "Yeah, you got, yeah,
You got to. Don't do it if your back ain't strong, because there's a lot. You'll meet a bunch of people. You'll meet other social media influencers. People gonna try and take advantage of you. You gonna meet weirdos because it's full of weird people.
yeah, yeah,
Back to the slave thing. So you have children. You said, right? You have children.
for sure." Shout out to my sons.
Now, another reason why I felt what you were saying is because we have to recognize that the working class and the CEOs were not the same. Like even in pay, they're making at least 300% more than you in most cases in the
Crazy.
United States. Now, Elon Musk, right now, you
Mm,
can't tell me you have control of your life while you people in the federal government who thought they had a cushy job, who thought they had a job that was on the road to a retirement and getting out of the rat race. He just cut 6,700 IRS jobs. Why? Because he wanted to, and they had no control over it. But here's what his mother said in regards to regular people like us.
Recently getting a lot of attention because there was a comedian online who said, listen, I get it. People don't want to have, they're talking about the birth rate, which your son talks a lot about it declining and the problems for humanity with that. And you said to his response about it being too expensive to have kids, you said, that's not the way to think about this. Explain.
Well, when I had my children, we were in a two-bedroom small apartment overlooking a garage. And then the next year, I have the second child, we had an apartment with a view. And then by the third child, we could get a two-bedroom house. And you just, as you move on, you start doing better and better. But people, you know, you don't have to go to the movies. You don't have to go out for dinner. You can just spend time with the most wonderful gifts you can ever have.
Exactly.
As the children.
You didn't.
Isn't it nice when literal billionaires are telling you, maybe don't go to the movie theaters, maybe don't eat out, because we really need you specifically to breed the next generation of my son's employees?
You know who else used to encourage breeding the next generation of employees?
Who?
Slave masters. They used to help. You know what I'm saying? Didn't they encourage it? You know what I'm saying? But when I say that slavery,
So honey, you ain't know, you know what I'm saying? Especially in the Caribbean, you know what I mean? Like real talk. Real talk. All
we
of them
bullet
pass
to make
down.
more workers.
Yeah. Dog. You know what old woman tell me at time? He like, that man that don't want to stop bullying. That means they come from their ancestors being breeders. You know, sometimes they used to
See it? Oh
pick
man.
one slave,
Yeah. The biggest,
you know,
strongest.
the strongest one, and just we need more of him. You know what I'm saying? We need yeah.
Hmm.
But you know, 9 months. You know what I'm saying? So that means he got knocked down about 20 of these things. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
it's like it passed down to us. I know no man want to know where they can't control itself and thing. I mean, it passed down, man. Shit.
She might be onto something. And that's another reason why I did not get offended. Because even though it's not a one-to-one comparison, right? I can see the mindset there. So your son is a billionaire who's cutting off regular people's jobs right now, but you're telling regular ones continue to have children. It's not that difficult. And then she reciting from her time back in South Africa during apartheid when they were coming up.
Yeah.
Like nothing's changed. Just go ahead and get them babies out.
Amen. Thou shall be fruitful and populate the earth. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. But in the Bible, it ain't say nothing about thou need to pay this internet bill.
Facts, man. Shit. I'm gonna read
Adam
them
ain't
out.
had no mortgage, you know. Adam ain't had no mortgage. I could recall. Listen, it's Eve's fault, but whatever. We ain't gonna get into that.
You don't rock with
Eve
Elon.
fucked that up.
Hey man, I just really you could say out of touch. You know what I mean? I don't really
Okay.
watch the news. I don't really pay attention to politics. And some may say that's dangerous. I just feel
It
like
is
yeah. I mean, yeah. It's very dangerous. I just really
in
just don't
these
feed my
times.
mind. You don't feed my mind with a lot of these things, man, because they like, once I lock my phone, I can do something about it, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like, what really can I do? You know what I'm saying? So I just really
True.
just don't. I just don't really don't pollute my mind, because the key to true happiness is
Hmm.
understanding that, like, being upset about something that you can't change is just straight ignorance. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you upset at like a situation. You know what I mean? And it's like, damn, and it bothering you and it ruin your whole day. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if you really, really, really think about it, you in your head, you in your brain. If they had like a what you they call them things that they be flying around, a drone, and your drone
Yeah.
watching you and everything mute, like they wouldn't even know what's going on with you. You know what I'm saying? You just in your head. You know what I'm saying? So I just really to stay away from the news and stuff, because I just don't want my mind to get polluted. You know what I'm saying? I want to see things for what they are. A lot of these media outlets to be pushing an agenda. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
So sometimes I just really just stay away from it. I mean, I'm not completely out of touch. Like, I do know when, like, we're gonna have bad weather, or I do know when Trump just signed on something, you know what I'm saying? But like, and like being tapped into it every single day, like, it gonna be mind draining. I try to stray away from those things, especially being around kids all the time. I don't want to pull I don't want to put that energy on, transfer it onto them. I want to be happy
You're
and
not wrong.
in a good space. You know what I mean?
You're not wrong because I wish I could unplug in that way for real, but I've gotten to a point where it's very hard, and I'm a slave to my device. I'm a slave to my
Hey,
device, and it's hard to not be in touch. It's hard not to know what's happening for me. So you're in an actual better place than me because I do know like I'll just get off of social media. I'll take a social media break.
right.
Like when I
Can't do
when
it
I
no more.
know,
Them
yeah.
days done.
Well,
I used to
no,
do
I
it
don't.
too.
No,
No,
I
but
still do it. I still
I
do
used
it.
to do it. Oh shit.
Yeah,
I'm I
every
can't
so
do it.
often, I always know when I need to take a social media break. Like the comments on my posts will start pissing me off. That's dumb. What the fuck you talking about? I need to come off for a little bit because everything pissing me off. So you're not wrong. Now, with that said, because you did share some words of wisdom, we have a segment, right? We have a segment where we like to kind of cool things off, you know what I'm saying? And with a little bit of humor that
So
we like to call what going on, yeah.
before we get into what going on, yeah, I I I
Uh-huh.
I will let you finish your thought. But you said that you
Okay,
got a device problem right now. You can't get away from your
correct,
device. So you gotta watch.
correct.
So I have that same problem. So maybe we could grow together. You check. So you gotta go in your settings and check screen time. Once that heck
Mm.
past 8 hours on
We
a
didn't even want to
daily,
look at
once it pass
it. We
what
didn't even want to look at
once
it.
it pass 8 hours on a daily, right? Average, then you got a problem. Like you have a problem.
Okay.
You know, you got a problem. May freak down 9.
Ooh. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I try and walk that down to at least 7. You know what I mean? Or maybe
Okay.
6. But it's
Okay.
hard because like sometimes I do be on my phone. Like you remember you asked, off air, like the editing and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it would take me about an hour or two just to edit a clip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
know. I know.
so like that'll pour into it too. And a lot of times I don't watch other podcasts or like clips and stuff, and it'd be like 5 to 6 minutes long. And sometimes I just in a crowd or I just out and about. And as an introvert, I feel like when I look at my phone, like everything around me, everything around me to go away. You know what I mean? So I just be
Yeah.
scrolling sometimes or playing a game. But yeah, so like that's a way to monitor it. So you could see progress. Cause a lot of times that's why you to take a picture of yourself before you start the gym and with
Mm-hmm.
the data. Because you ain't gonna never see it because it's a daily basis. But if you watch the beginning picture and you watch the next one, you put them side by side, you're gonna see the improvement. So the screen time thing, it got a little graph. So you're gonna get
Yeah.
motivated to keep bringing down the hours, you check.
So on my phone, it does give me like this week you've been on the phone 2 hours more. This week you've been on it an hour less. This week
See
you've
that?
been on it 3 hours. So I don't see that, notification where it's like, okay, I'm doing too much. But
Right.
like you, like I edit, I do. And honestly, content creation is a happy place for me. So I
Yeah.
do spend a lot of time creating content because I don't know if you've seen, but I put out a lot of content.
No,
And like,
I like your work, man. Like I blown away by the experience right now. You know what I'm saying? Like how you
thank you.
really like I watch everything. It's really good, man. Keep yourself like yeah. You just play a
Yeah,
video in the middle. Oh heck, I was like
yeah,
oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, build up yourself,
yeah,
man.
appreciate it. Like I spend a lot of time doing this stuff, and I don't talk about it because 48 laws of power say you're not supposed to let people know how much work you put in. But my phone lets me know. Like we on the device right now. You know what I'm saying? So even doing what I love, it's on the device.
Yeah.
So I really need to get away from it. But I will check that there. That's good advice. I need to do something because I'll take like a week and a half off. And even that'll be difficult the first couple of days. You check? So I need to do something.
You just see a Tom just edging for the blue. You be in your head like, wait, I ain't telling my Tom to do this. What going on? Become natural, you know what I mean? It's a natural thing, no.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. So now we're gonna get into what going on, yeah. Right? So I went and it didn't take me long. I went through your page to find a funny clip and we need you to explain what going on, yeah.
Oh,
Oh fuck, we live. Oh shit,
the intro music, man.
hold on,
What happened to
boy.
the countdown?
You want
No
to count down?
countdown.
You know, count down cause we late. I gotta go
We
to the
had a
church.
Chris countdown, man. You
Oh
miss it,
shit,
Chris.
did I write that too?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you.
Hey man.
Who was responsible for this?
For what exactly? Cause I got a lot going.
No, I can't like Cassandra.
So
What was going on?
So you remember I tell you I cool down a lot. Like I will always post and stuff. Cassandra, she just a little me. That's my little sister, dog. Like she to bring. I just don't. You know what I'm gonna say? She to bring crackhead behavior on the pod. You know what I'm saying? I hope I ain't offending no crackheads out here. You know what I'm saying? Off the crack, you know what I mean? Like crack ain't good for you.
Crack is whack, my boy. Yeah.
It's whack, bro. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, so she is funny because you know when we was off air or off the live rather, she will gain them in, man. Like she will and like she will catch them, and as soon as the cameras rolling, she miss. You know what I'm
Bro.
saying? But that's what good there, man. Cause just like that's her, man. That's just her personality. She just me and super steroids because she on one. You know what I'm saying? But
Did
she's
the
very
podcast start
Go ahead.
without I knowing?
Well, me and her knowing who like yeah. I met Cass twice. And the 2 times was we were partying.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We were
that
partying.
was
It's like
I seen that. I was like, what the hell? Everybody just kind of off it. Uh, everybody was kind of just off it their
that's
own
the,
shit.
that's the experience you gonna get when you tune into With the Grain. It's just a random experience. You know what I mean? A bunch of random people talking about random things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's it there, man.
That's what's up.
Yo, that's
Hey,
hilarious, man. It's funny watching it, you know, for real.
yeah,
It's funny watching
because
it,
I
you know.
watched it and I was like, this the one. This the one.
I say, hey, take you long. Oh man, shout out
So
to
can you go ahead and give us your social media? How can people get in touch with you? How can they reach out if they want to talk to you after the show? How can they get on the pod?
yeah, man, for sure. Just search for With the Grain podcast. You know what I mean? Make sure you add podcast. 'Cause if you don't add podcast, they're going a whole bunch of haircut stuff going to pop up. So like look for With the Grain podcast. On IG is with the grain.pod. TikTok, same thing. Twitter, WTG.pod. Facebook, With the Grain podcast. Me myself on Instagram, Snap Breezy. TikTok, I believe, is the Breeze 340. Facebook, Chris Sealey. You know what I mean? And you can always hit me up, message me, and we could walk, man. I don't for doing. I don't for having people on the pod. I don't for being on other people platform. You know what I mean?
That's
I
what's
love
up.
this shit, man. I love this shit, man. This is my shit. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. Do you have any final words? You have any final words for the people? Let them. I mean, anything you want to leave them with after watching this episode?
Yeah, man. Like I said, the last time I've been on live, man. Like if if I had to ruin your day, don't block me. Just eliminate me from your life. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to ruin nobody. I don't feel like that's me. If I
You,
you look at me and say, oh, like,
your final words is eliminate me from your life. That's your final words.
yeah. If I had to make you unhappy, you know what I'm saying? If I had to make you
Okay.
unhappy, eliminate anything that makes you unhappy, you know what I'm saying? But like on a serious note, man, spread positivity, man. Like, and if you have something positive to say, just say. You know what I mean? That's my final words.
There we
If you
go.
see something, and you're like, man, this man doing his thing, just say it. Like, you know what I mean? Just like Just Know, man. I literally said here on the Same Difference podcast, man, this shit lit, bro. Like, this is our experience, you know what I mean? I could have keep that in my brain. You know what I mean? And you'd have never know I had a good time. So yeah, if you get something positive in your heart and your mind, just share it, man. It go a long way. Some people feel like giving up sometimes, and you will be that charge and they back to help them to keep going.
Nice. I love that.
For sure.
Yo, this was another episode of the Same Difference podcast. Below, what's scrolling below on the banner, follow us on Instagram at Same Difference 2022 and or on TikTok at same_difference_pod, YouTube at VI_very_own. If you want to donate so we can get bigger and grow more, we have a PayPal. You can go ahead and donate there. Tomorrow, we're going to be on 101.3 Ja and Nisi, a different day, between 4 to 6 p.m. That's VI time, 3 to 5 p.m. That's Eastern time. You should know what time zone you're in. I ain't going into all of them. And what else? We're also on Fanbase. Fanbase, hey, you should consider it if you're a content creator. Fanbase believes in revenue sharing, and they're also Black owned. It's Black History Month, people. Go ahead and get your stuff over there. You can export all your content from the other platforms over there one time. As for me, my final words are basically like give people a chance. Like, whether you agree with them or not, at least give them a chance to express themselves and to show themselves. Don't just write people off. Don't just go with your assumptions. And for me, feelings. Listen, I have never once said, don't feel your feelings. However, your feelings are not facts. Okay? Your feelings are not facts. Just because you feel some type of way, don't make it true. If you felt some type of way about that status, does how you feel mean that it's any less valid? Those are the type of questions you should be asking yourself. Because I felt some type of way when I first read it, but then when I thought about it, there's validity to his statement. I'm sure he's not comparing it to our ancestors being chained and whipped. Like, let's be for real, people. Give people a chance, give them an opportunity, and that's why I reached out and had him on the podcast, for him to say what he actually thought. Maybe I might have been wrong about what I thought I knew. That's why this is the Same Difference podcast, because it's all the same difference. We could share perspectives, we could think different things, but tomato, man. Anyway, that's Chris Sealey. That's Chris Sealey with the Graham Podcast, aka Breezy.
Difference.
I'm Ja. Same Difference. We out. We love you. Peace.